I'm Sarah from The Upcoming. Such a pleasure to speak to you. You could kick off with a brief intro. What can people expect from this next season, and in particular your character?
Oh wow! This season, we're super excited for it. It's the most exciting season so far. I think. They can expect a lot. They can expect a lot of surprises, a lot of monsters, and a lot of magic. But like what the characters are all going to go through in this season, not just the core family that we all know, but absolutely also the elves and all the races. But yeah, you're obviously now meeting the elves. You're meeting Philvandrel and Francesca. We're in a different place now. If you think of what happened, it was in the second season. You know, we're coming for revenge.
And and when you watch it, it's overwhelming to think the scale of the sets, the level of detail. What is it like setting foot each day onto that set, and what were some of the highlights and challenges?
It's absolutely mind-blowing working on something like this. Because because every single team is everyone is working at the top of their game. They build entire villages for us, like right down to like the moss on a brick. Like these incredible castles and everything. It's the biggest gift as an actor to be able to work in that environment. Literally right down to like the puddle on the floor, or like a duck walks past in the background and it's like a trained duck. Like they're incredible. So yeah, we get a lot out of that.
And what about working with your fellow cast? And maybe you can say a few words, particularly about Henry and just sort of the level of commitment he's brought to this role of the Witcher. But of course, now handing the baton over to Liam.
Henry's been incredible. Like since day one, when I worked with him in season one, and he's the most generous and giving and passionate. And he's like, every lead actor will set the tone of a piece, and his tone has been such a pleasure to work alongside. He's great, He's absolutely great. He's great, yeah. We couldn't ask for a better lead, But I know the whole team are really excited to see what comes now with Liam. I'm sure he's going to take it in a really exciting direction.
And finally, what is it about the fantasy genre, but this series in particular? I guess, the fan base with the books and everything is so rich, and so many things that can chime with what's happening today as well when you look at politics or, issues around family, etc., etc. So what's the appeal, do you think?
100%. Well, I could speak to you for an hour on that, but personally, with the elves are they're a massive metaphor for racism and for oppression and for xenophobia, and for indigenous people who are native and then forced out and oppressed and treated differently because they're different, even when the difference might be very slight. So I think the elves are a wonderful metaphor for things that unfortunately is still a problem today. And working on something like this with this kind of team is like it's school every day. It's like truly like the entire cast, but the entire team. It's a family of all artists working at the very top of their game. So yeah, you can't be on something of this scale and not learn constantly. Yeah, teamwork, yeah, and passion. Passion. Waiting for you guys to see what we've come up with. But yeah, what's the most difficult part of filming? Yeah, keeping all the secrets. Yeah, but no, there's the only it's not difficult, but the only challenge or you want to focus on is because we want to do justice to it, because the fans are as passionate as we are. So yeah, that's the thing to focus on, that we're doing justice to the story. I think just not the fan base, but just as an actor in general. But the fan base on Witcher is. We have the most incredible fan base, and I think it's because when you have something that whether they've read the books or whether they played the games, both of those things, they take an immense amount of personal time and investment. So what we get a whole fan base who care just as much as we do, who are really passionate, and we feed off that. We feed off that whatever anyone says. Because it's great to have a fan base that really care. And now it's still. So, yeah. What happens? Look, the elves. What happened with us in season 2 was devastating. It was a soul's kneecapping, you know. Imagine that. Imagine a newborn baby found stabbed in a crib, you know, and it was the first child that the elves had for years and years and years. So we're not happy. We're not happy. Let's put it that way.